G'day, guys, and welcome back to ADOS the Great YouTube channel. So, guys, in today's video, I will be reviewing how I went in round 21 and then giving you my round 22 AFL tips. So, starting things off, I backed the Dogs to beat the Tigers here, tipped them by 23. They won it by 55, I believe, if my math serves me correctly. I then tipped Essendon to beat West Coast. Look, I'm very proud as an Eagles fan of this performance, and I tell you what, I thought the Eagles might have caused an upset here, but credit to Essendon. They needed to win this game, and they got it done. So, yeah, but look, honestly, I'm proud of the Eagles. I think this is a step in the right direction. Crows get a good win over the Suns. We got that tip right. I tipped Collingwood to beat Hawthorn. Hawthorn absolutely towed up the Pies. Tell you what, it is good to see that. Next up, I backed the Cats to beat Port Adelaide. They got the job done there. Good win for Geelong too. Definitely need it if they want to play finals footy. Next up, I took the Giants to beat the Swans. As I said, this would be a really close game, and it was. Sydney just too good at the end of the day. The Giants are going down by 11. All right, next up, I took the D's to beat North Melbourne. To the Kangaroos' credit, they were actually pretty good in this game until about half time. But yeah, they gave the Demons a little bit of a scare there. Next up, took Carlton to beat St Kilda. Good win there for the Blues, 19-point win. And then finally took the Lions to beat Freo. Look, at Optus, I was like, maybe Freo get the win, but the Lions, they held their own. They got the job done, and they won outside of the Gabba. So credit to the Lions there, but also credit to Freo. Freo came to fight. All right, next up, we've got round 22 action. Here we go. Collingwood against the Cats. This is going to be a cracker, in my opinion. I I think Collingwood bounce back after two pretty poor games. I think Collingwood get a 14-point win over the Cats. Although Collingwood have got players out, so you just never know. I still think Collingwood win. I'm going to tip Collingwood, but I'm not confident about it. North Melbourne against Essendon. Look, I really think North Melbourne can put up a fight here, but I am going to tip Essendon. I'm going the safe tip here, tipping the Bombers. Swans should beat the Suns there in Sydney, but again, you just don't know what Suns squad you are getting. But if the Swans want to play finals, they need to win this game. Next up, we've got the Lions against the Crows. If this was in Adelaide, I'm tipping Adelaide all the way. But got to go the Lions there. Playing it at the Gabba. I think the Lions will be too strong. And that would push them up in the top two, depending on next game's results. Carlton against the Demons. I tell you what, I know people are going to come for me about this, but I'm actually going to tip the Blues in this one. A lot of people tipping Melbourne, and personally, I think the Blues are really, really playing good footy at the moment, and they can definitely fight for a top four spot depending on results and all that. But I think Carlton get the win here. Next up, we've got the Eagles against Freo at Optus. I think this will be an absolute cracker. I think it's going to be extremely close. And you know what? I reckon the Eagles get their third win of the season. I think we get the win against our rivals there, really do. I mean, West Coast, they played really well against Essendon in Melbourne. I think they can do it at Optus Stadium. I think they'll get a really good win there over the Dockers. All right, first of the Sunday games, we've got Hawthorn against the Bulldogs. In Tasmania, I'm very tempted to tip the Hawks, but we've gone two non-favourites there, so I'm going to tip the Bulldogs to back the safe team there. St Kilda and Richmond. Now, look, the Saints should win this one. Would not be surprised if Richmond put up a fight, though. Yeah, I'm going to tip the Saints, but I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Richmond win this game. And finally, I do think Port Adelaide get the bounce back game there at Adelaide Oval. Now, they played pretty well last week, but they just couldn't get the job done. I think they'll win this one against the Giants. All right, guys, let me know your tips down below, but we are going to go over this one more time with margins. And to be honest, I don't think there'll be too many that go um, crazy scores. So I'm going 1 to 39 for the Pies, 1 to 39 for the Bombers, 1 to 39 for the Swans, 1 to 39 for the Lions, 1 to 39 for Carlton, 1 to 39 for West Coast, 1 to 39 for the Dogs, 1 to 39 for the Saints, and 1 to 39 for the Power. So, guys, again, let me know your tips down below. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.